Wall Street. Following the release of October's consumer price index, traders are increasingly betting on a rate cut at the Fed's upcoming meet in December. According to CME Group's Fed Watch tool, there is now an 82% probability that we will see the US Federal Reserve will go for another 25 basis point rate cut, a sharp rise from 58.7% earlier this week. Remember, in the previous two meets, the Fed has already slashed key interest rates by 75 basis points.
U.S. stocks ended mixed on Wednesday after the latest inflation data supported bets that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates in December. The Dow rose 0.1%, the S&P 500 ended flat, and the Nasdaq dropped about 0.25%. The Labor Department's Consumer Price Index rose 0.2% in October for the fourth straight month and advanced 2.6% on an annual basis. Meanwhile, the benchmark 10-year Treasury yield rose nearly 4.5% on Wednesday as investors focused on longer-term expectations that President-elect Donald Trump's policies could exacerbate inflation. George Cipollone is portfolio manager at Penn Mutual Asset Management.
I think there's still that little bit of uneasiness that, hey, look, inflation is here to stay with us. And some of these policies that may be coming from the Trump administration could even be a little more inflationary. So I think that 10-year number is really the one that we're watching here. 4.5%, we start to get a little nervous. If it creeps back up close to 5, that's really where we don't want it to be. So that's the number we're going to keep an eye on.
Stocks on the move Wednesday included Spirit Airlines, whose shares plunged 59% after a report said the U.S. carrier was preparing to file for bankruptcy protection, while the company said it was talking with creditors. Shares of Rivian soared more than 13.5% after Volkswagen raised its investment in the EV maker. And shares of Cisco Systems gained after the company raised its annual revenue forecast, a sign of improving demand as the computer networking equipment maker shifts focus to cybersecurity, cloud systems, and AI-driven products.